I have to see my oncologist tomorrow. It's like every 3 months I have to see him, and he's amazing. But I go through a time where, you know, life is normal, and then when that 3-month mark comes up, it just reminds me that I have cancer. And it makes me really angry and sad and anxious. So, yeah, sometimes it's hard being strong.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Hello everybody, it's Amanda. So I have recently had a lot of people ask me about what it's like to have cancer, and the only way I can describe it is like a nightmare. So it's a nightmare you never wake up from unless you get a cure. And on October 3rd, it will be 2 years of me being on continuous treatments. I mean, I can't even explain what it has done to me. It's not only, you know, scarred my body from surgeries and other ailments that happen. You know, you have mouth sores, you can't feel your feet, you know, so I have fallen. You can't feel your hands, so you're worried about lifting anything because you're worried that you're going to drop it. I've even dropped a TV. I was trying to help my husband hang. I mean, things just keep happening to me with every treatment. I mean, this is like my 9th chemo, and so like I have, you know, right now I currently have spots or like basically knots under my armpit, and you know, I went to the doctor, and you know, sure enough, those knots are cancer. I have knots in my side, that's cancer. I have pain in my pelvis, it's because there's cancer there. I have cancer throughout my peritoneum. I have cancer covering my liver. I have cancer, you know, on my pancreas. I have cancer on my bladder. There's tumors on my bladder. So, you know, waking up every day and knowing that you have cancer and it just keeps growing, and no matter what you do, no matter what you take, it doesn't go away. You know, it's just mind-blowing to me. It's so hard to deal with. You know, I have lost my job, so I lost my income. So, you know, you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything because you don't have the money that you once had. You know, you can't even pay your medical bills. I mean, you know, I feel like it has taken like everything from me. I have lost, you know, friends, because who wants to hang out with the chick with cancer? You know, I have had, you know, moments where I have felt so lonely. You know, I know that I have to continue to fight it because, you know, if not, I don't get to see my kids. I don't get to, you know, watch my daughter graduate from college in May. I don't get to see my son get his driver's license. I mean, if I don't keep fighting it, then I'm going to miss out on everything. But it is very lonely, you know, to have cancer and to be sick all the time and, you know, say, you know, well, I can't go because I feel a certain way, to wake up every day and still be tired and still feel like you can't move. It's just, it's a horrible feeling. So to have cancer, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Because, you know, it's just so hard. You know, you think that you're going to get to have this bucket list that you may get through, and, you know, you don't have the money for that. You have medical bills. You have medications that you have to buy. You know, I'm on like 20 medicines. I mean, you have to depend on somebody, and I have to depend on my husband to help me. But I mean, he can only do so much because he has to work. You know, having cancer is the hardest thing ever. And to wish and pray that this would all go away and I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. I mean, that's all I wish for all day long, every day. And I pray to God, and I am thankful that I wake up every day, because I know there's a lot of people that don't even get this. But living in this hell, which is exactly what it is, it's a hell. You know, I had plans for my life. I had dreams and things I was going to do and places I was going to go. And, you know, even in my job, you know, like, you know, moving up the ladder, you know, earning more money, providing better for my family, all of that is gone. Everything is gone. And, you know, I'm getting chemo tomorrow. I guess we'll see if this is helping me or not. I have to believe that there's something out there that's going to help me and I'm not just going to die. Because I asked my doctor, you know, what happens when I run out of these chemos? Do I just go home and die? And he said yes. So I'm coming up on 2 years. 2 years of being poisoned. So having cancer is the hardest thing. The hardest thing ever. No one wants this. No one wants this to be their life. I just pray for a cure. Not for me, not just for me, for everybody. I pray for us all fighting cancer.
Survivor guilt in the cancer world is a real thing and something that I have definitely been experiencing really like at the second half of my journey when I received my IDH1 mutation diagnosis, which is a super positive mutation for my brain cancer. It means it's slower growing, so it just gives me a better chance at surviving this thing. But, you know, especially, you know, growing this community on TikTok and like connecting with others who are also on a cancer journey, everyone's journey is just very different from the others, and like we all have, you know, a lot in common, obviously, but you know, everyone's diagnosis is different. So I don't know, like nearing the end of my journey of chemo treatment, I mean, this is a lifelong journey because my cancer is technically terminal and not curable, and I'm still in the midst of chemo treatment, so I'm not technically cancer-free, which I'll talk about maybe the difference between cancer-free and like remission and how that looks for brain cancer, because I don't know, I also like had to look into it a little bit more to fully understand it, because I get that question a lot, and anyway, I'll get into that later. But survivor guilt is essentially whether it's cancer or a severe diagnosis or anything like that, it's pretty much you feel guilty for doing well in your treatments while others are struggling or not doing as good. And I know it seems like a stupid thing to be guilty for because, hi, morning. But it's a thing. And to help with this guilt, and it's, you know, it's manageable for sure, but it's really, I don't know, like when I see others' journeys, cancer journeys, like all, you know, I follow a lot of young people going through their cancer journeys, and I'm so grateful for the community on TikTok and on social that is the cancer community, especially for young people like myself. But it is so incredibly difficult to like watch others' journeys not be as optimistic, or just, you know, they're not as hopeful. I had to take a break from connecting with some people just because I needed to protect my energy and my space, because I did, every time I would be conversing or back and forth, or just reminiscing on my conversation with them, and after following them more, like, you know, and this is not just one specific person, it's like a big variety of people, there is like guilt in me sharing like a lot of positive and optimistic things, and you know, that my treatment's working and it's going well, and while there's others that have completely like a more serious diagnosis, or it's just not looking as optimistic as mine. And of course, I know it's not my fault, you know, but for those of you who have cancer or have had cancer, I'm curious if you get this or have felt cancer or survivor guilt in your journey. So that's that. Comment below, repost, because I genuinely do want to, you know, hear others' perspective on this survivor guilt. I recently heard it because I didn't really understand, I like didn't know what this guilt feeling was, and like I've, you know, it's confusing. This whole cancer sucks. This whole journey of cancer just really sucks. There is some positives, but really overall, cancer just can suck a big one. But yeah, so let me know.
Being told you have cancer is hard enough. You know what's even harder? Being told you can't get treatment. Our system is broken. It's so broken. You know why I can't get treatment? Not because the doctor's not willing. My doctor's great. My oncologist and my hematologist are phenomenal. But because insurance doesn't approve it or doesn't authorize it, because we're in a new plan year. It's either pay $19,000 to get treatment today or wait on the insurance. I need treatment to be able to be healthy, to take care of my kids, not to like sympathy party anything, but I'm a single mom. I've got 3 kids. My kids need their mom to be healthy. Treatment's hard enough. And the fact that here I am again, not getting treatment, and I'm already 3 weeks late getting treatment because of this. So I'm gonna go home and wait on insurance and hopefully get my treatment next week that I need to keep moving forward, healthy, healthy as can be, and keep fighting this fight. But I'll tell you what, the mental aspect of cancer, it's brutal. And the system doesn't make it any easier. If you've got a friend out there or a loved one that's going through treatment, don't just ask them how they're feeling or if they're doing okay. Ask them how they are all around. Because sometimes it's not just the diagnosis itself, it's all these things that go along with it that make it so difficult. On that end, to be continued.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
I am just losing it, guys. So, I'm just having a really hard couple of days mentally. Chemo is so hard, and like, chemo brain is so hard. Chemo brain with ADHD is extremely hard. I'm literally just, I can't even like think, but I just wanted to be like vulnerable and share with Lo, because I'm normally pretty positive, but pretty much I've for some reason decided to be off my ADHD meds the past couple days, thinking like I don't want to be dependent on it, blah blah blah. And like we increased my dose because of like just being on chemo, and like it's definitely been affecting the neurotransmitters in my brain. And like I don't know, I was been a little self-conscious about the fact that they increased my dose, and which is so stupid, because I like it does help me, especially right now. I'm not going to be on chemo for forever, so it's a tool, but like God, I just hate feeling this way. I feel like a bad mom. I can't like regulate my emotions very well. I can't like, my executive functioning is shit. Like my ADHD before I started my treatment wasn't like, I mean, it was noticeable and affected my life, but like it wasn't like this. Like this is like crazy. And it's been a while since, you know, obviously I'm still coming off of my chemo. I think too, it's like still early days of me being done, but still, I just have 3 more rounds, so I'm close, but like, God, it's so hard. And I'm not like this kind of person. Like I'm not, like I hate not feeling like myself. What's so crazy is like, I literally didn't start losing it until my mom just, it's like crazy how moms just like know, like I'm the best mom ever. She literally just like out of the blue called me while I was like literally laying on the couch in paralysis, and like there's so much to do around our house, and like I just like
couldn't handle it. I just literally was like, I barely remembered to eat. Like, it's just wild. And like, she just randomly called me while I was on the couch doom scrolling, and I lost it as soon as she's like, how's it going? I just was like, ah. And it's really making me realize, like, I need to make a game plan for this situation. I need to accept that, you know, my medication is helping me right now. And when I'm feeling more even back with my medication, coming up with a plan, and other forms of therapy, like, you know, to hopefully help prevent my dependency on my ADHD medication. I'm just hoping that once my chemotherapy treatments are done, that my, like, the long-term effects won't linger. We just don't know until I'm done and we give it time, to see how the brain is amazing. It's like a crazy, awesome organ. It's a fast learner, but it just makes me nervous. But I can't think about stuff like that right now. I have to try to stay present. So yeah, this is just me processing a really low moment. I also just hate that I have fucking cancer. Like, this really sucks. It sucks so bad. And it's just not fair. And, like, makes me angry. My mom is on her way over here. She's like, I'm coming over. I'm so grateful that they're close. She's like, I will literally help in any way that you need. You don't even have to ask. I'll just do. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I'm really bad about asking for help. And moms just know. They just know. It's crazy how connected we are without realizing it. She said that she had been thinking about me a lot the past couple of days. I hadn't seen her yesterday or today. And she was just like, I just was thinking about you and I just wanted to call, and it's crazy that you're going through this right now. She's like, I'm always here. I felt like this parallel of like Rhea being, having some hard parenting days. I think Rhea's just felt disconnected from me because in chemo I just sleep. And so I think she's just been like having more meltdowns and like tantrums, really because she just wants like connection with me, But I haven't, I'm trying to like have, be a good mom with her, but also just like get stuff done while I'm feeling good, because it's like a limited amount of time that I feel good. And then silly me thinking, I was like, I'm just not going to take my medication because I just like want to give my body a break, which isn't a bad thing. Honestly, me feeling this way and having an emotional release is a good thing because I need to have them. But, yeah, it's just hard. Not every day is good, but there's good in every day.
When I was in middle school, I had a friend who had cancer, and she went through it. She had about 3 years of chemotherapy, lost all her hair, but she beat cancer. She had so much support. It helped her so much and encouraged her. We were there for her through the whole process. And now she is doing extremely well. I'm so happy for her. But she went through it. Lost everything, lost hair, all of those things. She is a fighter, honestly. She's a fighter. And it is amazing how her life has changed and improved for the better. And I'm very proud of her.
Hi, I am not having a great morning. And as embarrassing it is, and as embarrassing as it is to post like this for thousands of strangers to see, I think it's really important to show the really hard parts of cancer that a lot of people are too embarrassed to post. Like, I'm on my second week of my meds with my chemo. Sorry, I'm trying to talk, but... And we went to the fair last night, which was so fun. Like, I'm so thankful that he booked tickets and got me out of the house just to have some fun. But, like, only 4 hours and I'm depleted. Like, it's 11:45 and I'm just barely, like, getting up because I hurt. Like, every part of my body hurts. And my mind is a mess, like, because I'm frustrated. Like, the meds give you, like, chemo brain, so you're, like, really fuzzy, and then you just have days where you just do not feel good, and I'm having hot flashes, and my stomach is killing me, and I've been having a really bad pain in my side for a few weeks, so I think I'm gonna get my PET scan early because my PTSD and anxiety cannot handle having this feeling in my body and not knowing if it's cancer or not. And this is why I'm so adamant about spreading awareness and being open. And as this, like, minimal and petty as this seems, like, this is the only way I know to reach other women to, like, help them never be in this position, because it sucks. And I'm just tired. And I don't like feeling like this because I like to do stuff and I like to work and I'm like trying to build a career and I'm trying to like do all this stuff, you know, and then it makes me stressed out because I'm like, I'm not even a mom yet. Like, how am I going to be a mom? But I'm going to call my oncologist today and tell her I'm getting my PET scan early so I can help with this. My mom is flying into town tonight, thank God, so I'll have some mom time. And I'm going to call it primary and try to get some Adderall or something that can just help with these days when I'm just a mess in my mind and my body is tired and I just need something just to like collect everything. So this is why I push so hard, because moments like this are really hard, and your cancer friends go through days like this, so please check on us because some days are just too much.
I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus. Happy Monday, first off. Second off, my hair's a mess. Third off, I don't share a whole lot on here, but I've been in therapy for a really long time, for years actually. And today, I have to call a new oncologist and set up an appointment to get everything checked. Full transparency, I have not had an appointment in 3 years, almost 4 years. A lot of things, trauma. It gives me like really bad anxiety to even think about. Give me a minute. But I made a plan with my therapist and I set this date a month out, I think, back in November, that today I would call to make an appointment. Silly to some, because it's just calling a doctor and making an appointment. But I've been avoiding it for a really long time. Because I just don't want to face it. I could be fine. I could be healthy. I could be okay. But I won't know unless I go to the doctor and I get my scans and my, you know, all those things. Yeah. So today's that day. Right now I'm going to work out. I'm going to try to ease my mind, not Let's not mistake it with distract my mind. Ease my mind and lessen some stress and just get a quick workout in. And I have the number on my phone and I'm going to call them. And hopefully that will be a seamless process and I can make the appointment. I think what I'm worried about the most is all the questions they'll ask and just feeling shame, not them shaming me, but me feeling shame for not going. It's kind of like if you haven't been to the dentist in 3 or 4 years, you just feel stupid and you're like, why did I not make the appointment? Why did I put this off so long? So while I feel great physically, and the whole reason I knew I had cancer was because I knew my body was not functioning right, and so I was my own advocate. And it's just funny that I was such an advocate for my health then, but now I'm like avoiding it. Trauma. That'll do it. So yeah. Thanks for coming to my my therapy session today. No, I'm just kidding. But I do have therapy tomorrow, which will help. So I'm just trying to breathe and that it's just an appointment. They're going to understand. I am okay. Everything will be okay. Even if it's not okay, everything will be okay. All right. Happy Monday.
It would be lovely if healing from cancer treatment and cancer and the trauma of cancer, especially at such a young age, was a linear process instead of it being a very much not linear process. It's interesting how some days I can be so easily triggered by things than other days. Like I was looking at photos from 2022, which was the year that I was diagnosed, and it was not a good decision for me to look at those photos because I was looking at my long hair and my skin, and I just felt like I looked so much younger and like it was me before all of this. And it's just really sad to think that like I will never be that girl again. And even like the little things of like my hair is coming back in a lot thinner than it was before, and my eyelashes aren't as long and my eyebrows aren't as thick, and like they are still great. Like I still love my hair. I still like am grateful to have eyebrows and eyelashes. I know some people like aren't as lucky after cancer treatment, and I'm grateful, but at the same time it's hard to like see who I used to be and like mourn her. And I'm grateful for photos and things that I can like look back on, but sometimes it's really painful to see and to like look at that person who had no idea what was coming, and like almost like an innocence that was still there that isn't anymore, and a softness that was there that isn't anymore. And I was literally fine 2 hours ago, and I was just looking at photos, and it's kind of like triggered this like deep sadness. And I've already been sad this week, and it's already been a hard week, and like it just sucks. Like you never know when you're gonna get triggered, or when something is gonna bother you that doesn't normally bother you, or even vice versa. Like it just sucks, and I just feel like I take steps forward and then sometimes I take steps back, and that's okay. Like I know that that's normal, but I don't know. I wish I didn't have to do that. I wish I didn't have to do any of this. And there are times in life where I'm like so just happy to be alive and so grateful that I'm just here. And then there are times where I'm like, no, like I want to be who I was before, and I have to like mourn that while still being grateful to be here. Like it feels stupid to say that like I miss my thick hair and I miss my longer eyelashes, even though my eyelashes are still long. And I'm not like fishing for compliments or anything like that. It's just like you feel kind of dumb sometimes for like mourning those like stupid or superficial things. And when you're like grateful to be alive, but like you can also hold both. You can be grateful and also be like deeply, deeply sad at the same time. I don't know. And I feel like I was like forged in fire, and I'm so much stronger than I was before. But I'm like, I wish I didn't have to be strong, you know? Like, yeah, even just like dumb photos of me just like
living life or like out at a bar or whatever. And I'm like, oh God, like who is that girl? That girl was also 27 and this girl's 30. And that's a difference too. But yeah, I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard.
One of the biggest things that cancer survivors struggle with is life after cancer. It's like we're just supposed to go back to normal after a cancer diagnosis. Going through cancer changes you mentally, physically, emotionally, and going back to normal and how you were before cancer is nearly impossible. And I've heard people tell me that, oh, you've been through cancer, nothing else in life is going to be hard because you've been through the hardest thing, but that's not true. Life after cancer can be more difficult. You've been through something so hard, your body is exhausted, your mind has been through so much, you have PTSD, you've been through some of the most traumatic things in your life. But if you're struggling with this, just know that you're not alone, that people like me are here to support you no matter what, and that I love you, and you have a purpose here, and you're so strong, and I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.